Hello everyone, it's Dada from TradeGuardian. I hope you're doing all well and hope your trading is going well. That's the most important thing for us, isn't it? So what we're looking here is a euro dollar 1 minute chart, and it's just happened to be 20 minutes past 8 o'clock here in London. So this is where the Mario Draghi speech came out, and this is what happened. As you can see here, massive move up, and then basically now it's only 5 minutes. Well, it's longer than that actually. It's coming up to 20 minutes since the actual announcement, but you know how they go. Announcements carry on for hours sometimes. So this is where we're at, and I'm looking at the opportunity to take something out of it. So what I'm going to do first is place a sell order, sell stop order, under this little head and shoulder thing forming. Why? Because, well, it made a huge move, and it's only Mario Draghi talking about some futuristic plans. So I think, in my opinion, this was an over-exaggerated reaction of the market. And that rejection from up there, it was followed by the highest volume. If you see it there, I'll show you. That candle there, that pin bar, was really after the highest volume ever, which was again rejection for me. That's the way I read it. If you learn how to read volume, sometimes it really helps. And so that's my concept of setting it from there. And my stop loss is obviously going to go above the highest point there, and so on. And I would be looking to take profit somewhere down here. So might as well modify this. So stop loss higher, probably somewhere there, and just to give it a bit of wiggle room, let's say there, and take profit much lower. So our ratio, win-lose ratio, is going to be much more than 1 to 2. Well, it's probably going to be 1 to 4, more likely. Hopefully, let's see what happens. So that's my take profit there. I'd rather move it further down to where the actual impulse move started. So there. This will probably take some time to get there, probably. And now we're looking Friday. Now we're looking market close, and I'm daringly placing this order, well, let's say 1.5 hours before the actual market close. But I am so confident that we're going to see a massive move down first thing on a market open, that I'm just placing this before, while I can really, before the market closes. And I think this is the best point. We've just been taken into the trade, so our sell stop order just got triggered. How exciting. And we still have hour and a half roughly before the market close on Friday, 25th of August 2017. So not to bore you with much more of my talking, I would pause this video and let's see what happens. Let's say within the next hour and a half. I'll keep on giving you short snippets. Okay, bye for now. Hi again, I'm back for a second just to update you. I just thought about this. Because it shows down here the timestamp, it just shows my broker's timestamp, which is plus 2 hours from GMT London time. And I'm London based. So why do I choose this broker? Just to give you a quick update. Why is it best to go for low spread ECN broker? Because that's exactly what they are. I'm not going to name any names, but they are the best, those types of brokers. So I advise you, if you're going to scalp, if you're going to do 1 minute charts, or something fast like that, even using your robots, then ECN broker with the minimal spreads is just a must. It's like without it you wouldn't succeed, 100% guaranteed. I thought I'd give you this bit of information as we're all beginning to understand exactly how to trade, and what to expect from a broker even is very, very important, as is your timing, of course, and the rest of it. So this trade is going on for about 5 minutes now. It hasn't gone too far anywhere. I'm going to give it another half an hour. I'm not in a particular rush. Market is just about to close within the next hour and a half. Not a big thing. I just thought I mentioned the broker because the rest of our seminars, webinars, are going to be specifically exactly about low spread situations where a spread can make or break your account. Okay, so let me stop talking now and see you in a few minutes, or maybe half an hour. Let's see how it goes. Bye. Hello, we're back, everyone. I completely missed the whole trade. What happened was my sell stop order was here. Let me put a line in, if you remember. Slightly higher actually. It was there. So it got triggered by this candle there. Then it went all the way down so quickly that my trading stop actually followed it down, and we got out of the trade somewhere probably here. So not much of a profit, not much of any trade, but the assumption that the price would bounce down actually worked. So I didn't have to leave the order over the weekend, etc., etc. So right now I can show you a technique I use in these situations. So let's use the same horizontal lines here. So I'm going to adjust them to the body peaks. So that's the highest body peak, not the wick, just the body, and the body lowest, and that gives us this nice little neat range. And usually, let's get rid of these lines. Usually I would paint a rectangle, and I'll show you how, and how simple it is really, and most importantly very, very helpful for you to understand where the price ranges most, and etc. So let's grab a little rectangle and draw it from body to body. So the highest body there, we'll adjust it later, to the lowest body here. It looks just about alright. Now that body needs to, that part needs to come down a bit. So, and here we have the rectangle. If we zoom out, just explain a quick little strategy and how well it works, you'll be amazed. We zoom out, let's say that much, and this is all today. This is 1 minute chart, just to remind you, of Euro US dollar. This is all today on the 25th of August 2017. So this is what happened. So this is where the price was today. Look how low that is, and then it established these ranges, which I also drew the rectangles on, and I will explain just in a minute why. And then it had this massive bounce up, and then again now, just now, about half an hour ago, and now it formed this new higher range. It's still forming it. So let's zoom back in. We grabbed this most recent low, which kind of matched this previous low, as our low for our rectangle, and the highest body. So we're only judging it by bodies. So my strategy really relies on one thing. From this point here, where the accumulation happens and price is indecisive, both sellers and buyers are equally coming in, so the volume is piling up as we speak, and you can even see from this move here down there, the volumes show you just about that, although some say in Forex volume doesn't work, but I will dare them to prove it, because in my experience it works, and not only it works really, really well. More about that later. So why this rectangle? It gives you a visual representation that for so many hours. This must look like probably an hour, slightly less. This price decided not to move out of this range, so you already have a visual range in front of you to look at instead of just a bunch of candles. And once you learn to draw these rectangles around your ranges, it will become so natural that you would probably won't need them. But for the beginning, it's very recommended that you draw them in for your visual reference. Now, from this situation, if it wasn't a market closing in about an hour, I would put my sell stop order just below this rectangle, this range, and I wouldn't bother with a buy stop, because for me this market is overbought. Why? Because it made all of that move high up just in one day, so it can be oversold, can it? It's definitely much higher than its value range, and the value range is down here. So that's my argument for selling this market rather than buying it anymore. So that's what would have done. But because it's Friday, market's closing in about an hour, I'm not just going to do that at all. On a normal day, normal during weekday, that would have been a valid option. All right, I hope this one was clear enough for you, and I'm looking forward to doing the next seminar, webinar, whatever you might want to call it, just sharing my trading experience. Bye.